Hello. Great. So how did it go? Your sense of drawing in the light or committing to your intention. Yeah, so come, let's light our candle. Come. So I have my little block to sit on. And you don't have to have a block, but I just like it. And then I'll start off with just that which is vulnerable within us, or the layers of us that we struggle with, or somebody that we want to hold, or just an intention that we have to hold and connect to our community. And then the second intention is that intention or that commitment to something, whatever that might be. That might be this practice. That might be some other intention as well. Just, if you've lit your candle already, great. If you're just lighting it now. If you want, I'm going to do my little aromatherapy drop. And just rub it between my hands. And just reaffirm to myself that sense of, there's that phrase I heard years ago, self-love is built on the promises I keep to myself. The commitments you make and then that you follow through on. They're really deeply they begin to resource us on a very profound level. So just smelling your oil and rubbing it through your hair, onto your neck, down your arms. If you don't have oil, you can just do this anyways. From your back down into your legs, down to your feet, and from your belly down into your legs, down into your feet. And then just bring your hands to rest on your chest and just take another step towards self-love or self-appreciation, or towards light, relationship to yourself or connection to yourself. Breathing down into your belly. And just feel the life move beneath your hands. That sense of this moment in your body. I've been thinking of all these amazing quotes, all these amazing people who've talked of light. So over the next few days, we're going to be dropping in just the most beautiful, inspirational lightness into our lives. Just breathing, connecting, being the light. Nice. So come rest into your child's pose. I'm just going to move this out. So come into your child's pose and resting down, just feel the full of you, the whole of you right now. And the way your belly rests on your thighs, the sense of your shoulders or your head or whatever it is that speaks to you of this moment. Nice. And then coming forward into your cat pose and arching and rounding. Arching and rounding. And as you move, really feel that gracefulness or that embodied sense of you moving your body and allowing yourself to appreciate the glory of your movement. You know, this is awesome what's happening right now. You know, you're here on your yoga mat, you're endeavoring to move your spine. Huh? Amazing. And then look over to the right and then over to the left. And it's not in comparison to anybody else that you're moving. It's you moving for you, you feeling your body, you enjoying and being present to the sensations of this moment. Nice. Tuck your toes under, push back into your downward dog, and just feel the deep of your legs. Toes are wide, heels are pulling back, your hands are pushing down. And this moment in your body, what is your body speaking of? What does it say? How do you hear it? So this practice is always a practice of wellness. It's not about forcing our bodies. It's about adapting, adjusting, being creative, being adventurous, and really learning how to mind and be present and also lengthen, strengthen, mobilize our bodies, but hearing the deep of us as we move. Nice. Bring your knees to the floor and then step your hands one handprint forward from where they are. Round your back and sit your bum back towards your heel so your back is staying rounded. And then staying rounded, come all the way forward till the weight is over your hands. So I'm not back bending. I'm not dropping my hips forward. I'm not doing a banana back. I'm staying really rounded in my spine. I have this sense of like scratching the itch either side of my spine. I'm really deepening into the movement of my back. Nice. And then the other direction. Come to neutral spine. Your hands are a little bit forward. And then arch your back and travel backwards. So I always have to move a little bit slower on this one. It feels like it's a very interesting feeling. And then forward. And so move slowly, hear your body, don't force it. You're learning, experiencing. How do you move in wellness? So how do you make the movements slower or how do you make the movements smaller so that what you're feeling and experiencing is a sense of wholeness and wellness in your body? Nice. Bring your hands back to center. Push yourself back into your downward dog. And then walk your feet forward till your feet are just behind your hands. And then bring your elbows to rest on your knees. And just pause there, breathing into your belly. Nice. And then rolling all the way up. Come up to stand and come stand to the front of your mat. So your feet are hip distance apart. You're just finding you. You know, there's no particular way we have to stand, but be engaged in your body. You know, so be connected, be engaged. For me, that means pushing down into my feet and having a sense of rising through the top of my head. So reach your arms wide and bring your palms together, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, coming down, hands to the floor, forehead to your knees, hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your right leg back behind you. Drop the right knee to the floor. From here, draw the right elbow back into lawnmower and then rise with the left hand and keep rising. And you follow the left hand with your eyes as you reach up towards the ceiling. Nice. And then lowering down until your left hand is straight out. Change. Draw the left elbow back into lawnmower. Right hand is forward. And then rise. Nice. Bring your right hand all the way down. Bring your left hand all the way down. Step back into your plank. Right. And drop your knees to the floor. Lower your belly all the way down. Fingers are wide and wider than your mat. Or fingers are standing on the floor and wider than your mat. Lift your toes off the floor. Tuck your chin in and pushing down into your hands, rise up. Then get a sense that you're looking kind of in front of you. You're not lifting your head and lifting your gaze. You're looking maybe a foot or two in front of you. Your chin is tucked in. Lowering down, hands to the floor, drop your head, push back into your cat, all the way back into your downward dog. Stretch your right foot up towards the ceiling and then step your right foot forward. So if you need to drop your knees to the floor or help your right foot forward, do that. Land into the lunge and then turn your left foot at a 45-degree angle. Pull that right elbow back into lawnmower and then rise so that your left arm is straight forward in front of you, and just pause there. Have a sense of bow and arrow, that deep sense of pulling that elbow back and reaching into the left hand. And then open both palms so they're facing the ceiling, and then glide the right hand forward and pull the left elbow back. Nice. And then reach up towards the ceiling, reaching up and looking up. Feel the length through the right side of the body. Sink a bit deeper into that right knee, right hip. Nice. Bend your right forearm and drop it down to your right thigh. Reach your left arm over your ear and create length through the left side of your body. Really breathing, lengthening, connecting. Nice. Bend your left elbow, straighten your right leg, and then turn both toes so they're facing towards the left side of your mat. And then bend the left knee and bring your left forearm to your left knee and your right hand to the floor. So that might be enough for you, just bringing your hand to the floor. Or you might bring the other hand to the floor and start to rise up onto the toes of the left foot. And maybe you begin to lengthen. This is like the extreme version is what I've just done, which is where you sit on the floor. Find whichever range suits you within that. And then rising back up, hands on the floor, lift your bum. Come all the way forward to the front of your mat. So turn your toes towards the right side of your mat. Reach your fingers forward, your right hand, and then lift the left foot off the floor and bring your left hand to your hip. You can, if you want, stretch your left hand up. You can, if you want, stretch your left leg long and strong and up as well. And just find your breath. Find the width of you, the length of you, the breadth of you. And then lower the left hand to the floor. Lower the left foot to the floor. From here, walk your feet so they're a little bit wider. And just bend your knees so you're deep and low between your thighs. You're kind of into whatever version of a squat suits you. And then whatever way you do, come to sit on your mat. Just sitting down, and you're going to end up into sandwich. So sandwich is where your right foot is standing on the floor and your left foot is on the side. So my feet are, so start off with both feet so they're as wide as your mat. Okay, and then tuck the left foot in so that it's resting on the side of itself. Bring the left hand behind you and then reach the right hand forward. So this is sandwich. You're at a picnic. You've got to reach for your sandwich and you go, oh, there's my sandwich. And then you draw back and you bring your elbow to your knee. And then again, reach for your sandwich. Your left hand is pushing into the floor as you reach. And coming back. Elbow to your knee. One more time. Reaching your right hand forward. Reach for the sandwich. Feel the length of the right shoulder, the rib cage, as I really drop my head down. And then come all the way back. Now we're going to do cake. So cake, you need 2 hands for cake. So reach both hands forward and you grab hold of your cake. And then somebody to the right-hand side says, I want some cake. So you offer them cake. And notice what happens to your knees. Your right knee will drop down and your left knee may lift a bit. Okay? And then come back to center. Go grab some more cake out in front of you. And then somebody to the left of you wants cake. Notice your knees do something different. I now do clamshell a little bit to the left. Or my knee drops down. Come back to center. Forward. Cake. Over to the right. Maybe you go a little bit further that you're actually standing on the left foot as you offer a bit further with your fingers. Come back. Forward. Pick up your cake. And then over towards the left. And just feel that. There's a lot less movement towards the left. There's not much give in this side. Nice. And come all the way back. Nice. Both hands to the floor. Push back into your downward dog. Stretching back through your legs. And just hear the deep of your heels, your feet on the floor, your knees are stretching, your calves are lengthening. Just deepen into the stillness of this moment. Nice. Slowly walking forward with your feet all the way forward to the front of your mat. Nice. Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide. Bring your palms together. Reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees. Come all the way down. Hands to the floor. Forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lengthen and look forward. Hands to the floor. Stretch that left foot back. Step it back into a lunge. Drop the left knee to the floor. Pull the left elbow back into lawnmower, or it's actually bow and arrow really. And then bring your right hand straight forward in front of you. And then begin to lengthen your right hand all the way up. Those feel so amazing in these bow and arrow poses. I just love them. Come down until your arm is straight forward. And then pull your right elbow back and lengthen the left arm forward. And again, rise. Reaching your fingers up towards whatever distance you go. Bring your left hand to the floor. Bring your right hand to the floor. Step back into your plank. And drop your knees to the floor. Bring your belly all the way down. This time bring your two elbows to the floor underneath your shoulders. And then anchor your forearms down. Lengthen into your legs. Squeeze your bum. And then look as far down the beach as you can. My toes have lifted because of the squeeze in my bum. Nice. And then relax, just reading your book. Bring your right hand to the floor and then look way down the beach again. And so your right hand's on the floor and I'm looking way towards the right. My eyebrows are even trying to help me get a bit higher here. I'm like, can I see? Come back. Read your book. The last side, bring your left hand to the floor. Rise and look. And then coming all the way back, both elbows to the floor. Hands to the floor, drop your head down, push back into your cat, all the way back into your downward dog. Pausing for a moment. Nice. Stretch that left foot up towards the ceiling, reaching high and long. And then step the left foot forward or hop, skip, jump, help your left foot forward. Both hands to the floor, lengthen your back leg. Hop your back foot so it's at a 45-degree angle. And then from here, pull the left elbow back into lawnmower. And slowly begin to rise. Feel the length of the back leg, the pull of the left elbow, the reach of the right hand. Turn both palms face up and open, and then change. Reach your left hand forward, right elbow back, and then rise with the left hand up towards the ceiling and sink your hip a little bit deeper as you lengthen into the left side of your body. Nice. Bend your left forearm, bring your forearm to your thigh, reach your right arm overhead and long beside your ear. Lengthen and reach. Nice. Straighten your left elbow, left knee, bend both elbows and turn both toes so they're facing towards the right side of your mat. And then bring your right forearm to your right thigh. So the right toes could be slightly further out, slightly a little bit towards the right side of the back of your mat. Okay? So left hand comes to the floor. So this is kind of one of those poses. So every once in a while, there's going to be a pose that will have so many layers in it and so many levels in it. So you find your level in it. So this is the first level, hand on the floor, elbow on your knee. The other one is both hands on the floor. The next one is where you rise up onto your toes and the left foot begins to spiral. And then you sit on your bum. But really find the version that suits you. Rising up, whichever way you do. Slowly rising all the way up. Turn your toes towards the front of your mat. Reach your left hand way out and forward and lift your right foot just a little bit off the floor. Bring your right hand to your hip. Or begin to straighten your standing leg, lengthen your back leg and reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. See which version of this suits you, either toe just hovering or leg high. Nice. Bring the right hand to the floor. Bring your left foot to the floor. Bring your feet wide. And sit your bum down deeply into a squat. And just feel that in the, maybe walk your fingers out forward, drop your head down. Nice, stretching through your legs. Come sit on your mat and bring your feet as wide as your mat. And then tuck your right foot in to sandwich. So your right foot is tucked in, the baby toe side of your right foot's on the floor. You bring your right hand behind you and then reach out and forward with your left hand to touch the floor. And then come all the way back, bring your elbow to your knee. And again, reaching forward, touching, and coming back, elbow to your knee. One more time, reaching forward, pausing there, feeling the length of the back of your body, and coming all the way up. Nice. So there's cake. So reach both hands forward, just touch wherever it is that you touch. And then somebody to the left of you wants cake, and you do whatever you have to do with your legs to get to the left. So my feet click over, so now my right foot is standing and I'm resting on the left side of my foot. Come back, reach forward again. And then somebody to the right of you wants cake. For me, again, that's a little bit trickier. I don't have much distance. I couldn't really reach my arms out far here. I'm balancing. Come back to center. Hands forward, cake. And to the left. Ta-da! Hands forward, cake. And then to the right. Nice. So stretch both legs out long and just roll deeply into your belly. And then roll deeply into your shoulders. And then just pull your right elbow back and look behind you. And come back to center. And then pull your left elbow back and look behind you to the left. And coming back. Come rest into your child's pose. So all the way down, child's pose. Just let your belly rest on your thighs. Support your head in whatever way you need to. And just feel the breath in your belly. Feel the squish of your feet, the folding of your knees, that sense of landing, resting, deepening. So the more I move in my life, in my body, the more I appreciate that action and movement is really necessary as an expression of health and wellness. But slowness, stillness, pausing is also really very necessary for wellness. So just let that rest. Just what could you, like a car, what could you turn off? What part of the engine right now could you just go, oh, I don't need to leave the engine running there or there. Just turn off the engine just a little bit. Stop revving the engine. Just let it ease. Nice. So coming into your cross-legged position, we'll just sit with our candle for just a moment. So bring your hands to your chest. Pause until you feel the breath beneath your hands. The beat of your heart beneath your hands. And then turn your head to the right and just smile. Have a sense of your eyes softening, a smile. You'll feel a bit geeky, but just do it anyways. Smile. And you might notice that there's a sigh or a yawn or a deepening that happens. And then turn your head to the left and smile here. Again, maybe there's a yawn or a sigh or a settling that happens. Nice. Looking back to your candle. How wonderful. So just leaning forward, blowing out your candle. Health and safety. And then slowly, you can stay there. You can leave your candle lit and sit with your candle for another little bit, or you can rest on your back or do whatever it is that you need to do. How beautiful. So day 2, light. How wonderful. I'm very excited about this practice. I will see you all tomorrow, and be well, and keep connecting to your light. It shines so bright.